You're awake, sees a confusing sight. A girl calls his name. Ed opens his eyes, the vision vanishes. Girl keeps asking if he's okay. His legs feel like jelly, but he apologizes to Mina, insists he's fine, and tells her to start working before the others arrive. Mina runs, smiling her agreement. Girl hangs laundry, singing about cleaning and drying it. She calls it a perfect day for work, but Ed ignores Mina's shouts. He's stuck on what happened, unable to explain the vision from his fall. His past life unfolds. Mina screams in his ear, finally getting through. She asks what happened and offers to hit him. He tries to stop her, but she smiles and promises to heal him. Ed's stunned. She laughs and screams the word in agony. The hero understands and swears never to do it again. Heroes get paid. Mina counts 3 coins, but the woman claims more, so the girl thanks her. The heroes bail as the women gossip. One hates letting the kids back in, but the other points out Mina's hard work. Ed hears the woman reveal the black-haired man and girl are slum kids. Mina quickly distracts him, inviting him to come along. He agrees, trying to convince himself he doesn't care. Today, food's no worry. They hand the man the 3-coin bag, telling him to deliver it as usual and add beans. Mina's hyped they scored food and won't share, while Ed knows they're doing everything to survive. 8 years after the city fell, refugees in El Herda wait outside Tria's walls, desperate to return home. This is their goal. For 6 years, Ed's never seen outside this place. The heroes enter Melon's hospital as Mina shouts their home. Inside, a woman apologizes for being broke, but the other lets her pay later. Everything's fine now. Greeting Mina and Ed, the woman reveals herself as Mina's mother. Mina throws herself into her arms, boasting they did laundry, earning praise. Mina explains they earned 3 copper coins and bought beans. Mom sees they're healthy, so they'll cook them for dinner. She praises Ed and promises dinner soon. The boy nods, noting he lives here with Mina and his parents. The heroes thank Monsieur Lefalier for his blessing. Mom says Dad's late, so they'll eat without him. Mina says bon appetit. Ed tastes it and winces. Mom asks if they're bad, but he denies it. The girl tries them and says they're normal. The hero agrees they're cooked perfectly. He's tasted it from another world. Heroes sleep. Ed understands life here is truly terrible. Mina snuggles close, whispering his name in her sleep, and he pulls her in. She whispers Ed's warm, but he knows he has to escape. Mina's bummed, no work today. Ed agrees, hoping Mom earns money since they love people too much to refuse. Girls eat air. She keeps crunching as the hero asks what she's doing. Mina points to the cloud, explaining she's eating it. It's huge, you can eat too much. That Ed calls her name, but her stomach rumbles. She laughs, embarrassed. Hero can't take this life. He grabs her, drags her along, but she's clueless where they're headed. They hit the field. Mina doesn't get it. He tells her to pick wildflowers. She asks again. He's hunting for edible grass, shocking the girl. Ed adds that flowers are food too. His neighbor once binged on them. As he explains edible flowers, a beetle attacks Mina. Ed's starving, but memories of his past life are flooding back. He remembers his miserable history, but also gains vital skills. Hero gasps. Mina asks what happened. Valuation magic. Windows pop up, instantly identifying every plant he sees. He shows Mina, but she's clueless. Ed realizes she can't see it. Checking his evaluation window, he figures his power is normal. They just need to try the raven eye. He waves grass, saying they'll always collect it. Mina doubts, but he reassures her. The grass is edible. She asks if they're really eating it, fearing a stomach ache. Ed lights a fire, promising to try it first and prove it's fine. He remembers these shoots are edible whole. Crumbing salt, he realizes complex cooking is impossible here. Beans contain toxins, so they must be fried well. Mina still doubts, then smiles at the delicious smell. Hero declares it's done. A rating window pops up above the food, announcing everything's perfectly cooked. He tries it. Mina excitedly asks how it is. Ed says it's not bad, but needs seasoning. It tastes like peas. The girl pauses, then screams she's hungry too, terrifying the boy. Mina tastes it. Bitter. It tastes bitter, but she loves it, quickly devouring it. Ed says to slow down, it's almost gone. Mina asks for more, but the hero insists on safety first and warns her not to overeat. Mother returns, begs forgiveness because dinner is today. Shock cuts her off. The hero says Mina ate and passed out, but he's still clueless about his past life or where this magic came from. With this power, Ed vows to make Mina happy. His confidence surges and Mom approves. Ed remembers his mother begging forgiveness for leaving, unable to stay. The hero was confused. She continued, he shouldn't let people trash his dark hair. She didn't finish. His mother gave him an item to sell if he faced trouble. Mina's father asked if Tamaria truly wanted to leave, and she confirmed her wish. He left to care for her son. He dreams of his mom until Mina kicks him in the face. The man declares work's done, kicks out stragglers, sending them to the slums. Staying won't help. He shoves the hero, shouting that black-haired people don't belong, while Ed rubs his head knowing it's bad. Guy appears, brags about their job, asks if the hero's jealous, then spots Harris. He agrees nothing here, tells Mina to leave. They flee. Harris wonders who they are. His comrade notes the heroes are stubborn. Mina's pumped to collect. She finds a crow's eye. The boy praises her, calling it a bean. He believes they'll gather much food, marveling at his skill. Mina keeps collecting grass. Ed shouts evaluation, and many windows appear before him. He's surprised he can evaluate everything in sight, but his head starts to hurt. He thinks he's using magic, but it drains him the more he uses it. Mina approaches, asking what happened. A window above her head displays her name and that she's an elf. Ed says nothing happened, no worries about food or magic. The girl agrees. He warns this place has many poisonous plants mixed with edible ones, so slum dwellers don't touch them. He realizes it's not so bad. The evaluation window shows edibles. Hero shows dandelions, calls them edible. Mina asks, edible, then gushes. Ed knows everything. He laughs, confirms it. Girl asks magic. Hero explains it's simple evaluation magic, all thanks to her. Mina thinks. She yells Ed's a cool magic user. Ed doubts she gets him. He tells her to keep it secret. He doesn't know what it is. Mina screams she gets it. Hero suggests collecting more edible flowers. The girl happily agrees. Mina rolls in the grass while Ed gathers supplies, realizing this place is a goldmine. In the slums, they only get rock salt to make food tastier. The hero knows he must search more. Suddenly, a girl calls out, eager to show him something strange. He's intrigued, he understands. They arrive home, declaring they've beaten hunger, ready to feast. Ed finds no knife in the house, so he uses mother's thing. He cuts the grass, and an impressed Mina calls him cool. Hero boils the garlic to strip the alkali for the sauce. Mina happily jumps in to help, while Ed grabs more beans and tells her to sort the herbs. Dad returns home stunned. Is it a holiday? Mina greets him as Mom reveals the kids did it all. They dig in before it cools, thanking La Folie and wishing each other bon appetit. Mina's hyped, it tastes amazing. She asks the flavor. Dad suspects wildflowers, but Mom notes they're scentless. Garlic sauce is the winner. Second course, crazy beans. The girl sees these aren't regular beans. Ed used peas and dandelion roots to make the food crispy. Mom is stunned he cooks such treats with just rock salt and flowers. The boy hands her a cup to taste, all thanks to this. Everyone tries it, then beams. Next up is Elle's mushroom soup. The parents love it. Ed used bean broth while Mina brags she found them herself. Dad realizes wildflowers make delicious dishes, a change Mom supports from their old diet, and the girl happily says it's her first delicious meal, wanting more. She sees her mother's reaction as the woman begs forgiveness, unable to. Ed cuts her off, taking the blame and assuring Mina everything's fine. Now they'll feast daily. He asks Guido and Meln, and they, with Mina, all agree. She screams Ed is their savior and obeys blindly as the hero chuckles. The girl tells everyone to dig in and starts devouring the food. Guido's happy to eat his fill so early, while Milne thanks Ed, who brushes it off. Dad sees Tamarius in the boy, and Mom raised Ed well. He tries to mention his father, but Mina interrupts, announcing she's finished. She's stuffed and tells Dad to step it up since he used to bring home so little. Guido laughs, saying it'll be tough, and the whole group cracks up. Dad heads out, warning Ed and Mina to stay clear of the dangerous forest while Mina tells him to work hard. Hero reminds Guido, but Guido cuts him off, claiming he knows nothing. Ed recalls words about his father, but claims they meant nothing. Mina collects grass, humming. The guy realizes he hasn't cared for his parents, considering asking, but the girl interrupts. She picked wildflowers so they'd eat beans again today, hoping Ed feels better eating a lot. Hero hides his condition, asking if he looks bad. Mina realizes she was mistaken. Ed returns the thought. He stopped worrying about his missing parents. Mina and the others are his new family. He points to the flowers, half are inedible. Mina's surprised. While Melon treats the sick, a woman at reception complains her cough won't stop, so Mina's mother calls her over and uses healing magic. She asks if the patient's better, and she confirms. Mina and Ed burst in, shouting they're home. Melon tells the woman to return if she's tired, and she thanks her. Mina notices the woman visiting often. She admits her throat isn't healing, so the hero activates evaluation magic. He sees the woman's bacterial infection. Melon can ease her pain, but healing in the slums is tough. The hero thinks about the inflammation. Ed realizes medicine from another world could save him and screams. The boy brews a special tea and shows Mel. She asks if it's tea. Millie smells something strange. Hero confirms herbal tea. He mixed antibacterial herbs, but the woman didn't understand. The hero explained it heals, realizing bacteria were unknown here. Jade-dried herbs last. Ed believes they'll ease symptoms long-term. Mel understands, tries the tea. She finds it good and refreshing. Hero says they can make plenty. Mina shouts for a taste but grimaces at the strange flavor. Hero wants to make a kid's version. After the decoction, the patient's throat feels better. She thanks Melon, who says it's fine. She insists Ed gets all the credit. Embarrassed, he says he just wanted to help. He promises her anything she wants. She refuses. She wants to but can't. Ed doesn't get why she refused. She recognizes this taste. Back home, these herbs were expensive. Ed and Mina are shocked. Ed denies it was a plant. Mina asks where they're headed. He says Jordan's, and she assumes he's buying beans. He denies it, so today they're collecting wild plants. He thinks he's the only one, but hears tea makes money, so he must verify. Ed knocks, calls for Mr. Dorridan. He greets the children, noting their long absence. They seem well. He asks if they're here for beans. Hero denies it. He wanted answers. Man asks, why me? Ed replies, no other store caters to slum kids. He shows Dorridan the bag, asking its price. Dorridan asks if it's homemade tea, and the hero confirms. The merchant understands. He invites them inside, shocking the boy. Jordan needs to consult his wife, leaving the hero stunned. Ed sits horrified as the man consults. Mina, surprised it's their first time inside, asks what it is, then falls asleep. They'd been checking and tasting tea the whole time until Dorridan calls. The man insists they leave the tea behind, and the boy reluctantly agrees. Mina preps the grass, tells Ed to serve. He thinks, without that herb, was the tea even worth it? Someone tells Ed he works here. Mina's father brings Mr. Dorridan. Kids are shocked he's in the slums, and he asks to learn about their product's production. Jordan spots the tea leaves. Ed confirms. Shocked, he asks if they'll sell them. Smiling, he offers to buy and sell their tea regularly. The boy is stunned. Are these leaves actually worth a fortune? Dryden labeled and sold it to rich people at a premium, claiming the taste was worth it. Mina doesn't understand. Guido calls it healthy tea. Ed calls it a merchant's business. Dorridan says quality is key. Free samples built their reputation, and now nothing stops them. The man offers his proposal, and Ed accepts instantly. They shake hands and seal the deal. Mina grabs their hands, shouts the deal's on. She shakes everyone's hands. The boy asks, know what you're doing? The girl replies, no idea. She's glad everyone wants tea too. Dorridan hands him a bag, and the hero asks what's inside. He links revenue to recent sales, adding a fee for future orders. The family is shocked. Mina snatches the coin, shouting Mr. Dorridan's deceiving them. The money's counterfeit. He doesn't get her reaction. The girl says real money isn't that color, it's always been brown. Ed calms her, it's silver, she'd only seen copper. Widow says it's more than his salary. Ed and Mina deliver a week's supplies to Mr. Dorridan. He accepts the haul and pays them for their work. Ed thanks him while Mina celebrates the payday. He leaves the merchant, then someone calls out. Harris saw Ed leaving the store, asking what they're doing if they haven't been working. The boy thinks the hero has money and vows he'll never give it up. Boys surround them, shouting at Ed to surrender, while a child holds a sign. Light a fire, 1 copper coin. Clearly these guys are back to their old tricks. Harris slugs the hero while the boys pin a screaming Manu. Harris claims black hair is bad luck, blaming Ed for the slum's poverty. Others push him, but the hero's daring fades. Mina struggles free, shouting her mother called black hair a fairy tale. Harris lifts Ed by the neck, demanding proof. The hero resists. His insolent look enrages the boy. He yells his hate for Ed and swings. Mina begs him to stop, then someone stomps on his head. Child screams for everyone to stop. The hero is stunned as everyone recognizes Rainia. They question her involvement, but she snaps, it is my business. She warns they can't attack one person. If Ed won't fight, she'll hit them with her flame. Harris warns of trouble and orders everyone out. Rainia checks on Ed, giving him credit. The girl reaches to help, but the hero admits he's physically weak. Mina pounces on Rainia. He thanks the girl, calling her a savior. Girl asks not to exaggerate. Ed uses evaluation magic, revealing she's also from the slums, born with natural magic talent. Rainia pleads to forget, claiming she was just passing by seeking work. Elf asks if girls paid for flame. She says yes, but it doesn't pay much, then asks if heroes want beans. Ed replies they're selling them. They flash a silver coin, stunning Rainia. She demands to know where it came from as the heroes scramble to explain. Mina Shorani of the field finally sees their plan. She never picked wildflowers, mom bought food. Hero notes refugees were city dwellers. The girl fears snakes and wolves, but Ed hasn't seen any despite Guido's warning to stay close. Suddenly, Mina calls them over to see her discovery. He reveals she's found the mushroom again. Rainy is shocked by its weird shape, but the elf claims it's delicious. Ed stops her, warning it's actually a deadly fly agaric, leaving Mina stunned. He shows another, the edible one. The elf calls it cool. Ronnie sees it but wonders how he tells them apart. They look identical. The hero explains. The girl realizes it's evaluation magic. Ed possesses a unique power. He asks her to keep it secret. She agrees. Mina finds another mushroom, but Ed rejects it. Ronaya shows the next one, it's poisonous too. Boy shows the third, says Doradin thinks they'll sell well. Girls agree, sell well, eat well. They decide to collect more, then go home. Rainia sees Mina's excitement. It's a treasure hunt. The elf agrees, joining friends to hunt treasure. This treasure is a massive payday. Ed's the all-knowing sage, Rainia's the fire sorcerer, but Mina doubts her strength. The team reassures her everything's fine. They've gathered enough for tonight's feast, shocking Rainia. Mina invites her to join, but as Ed leaves to prep, a problem hits. He has no clue which path is right. Elphica panics, realizing they're lost. Rainia freezes, overwhelmed by her mistake. The hero calms them, using tree shadows to find the path back. He points, assuming they came from there. Mina notices something, hears sounds. Ed understands everything. They must move quickly and carefully, so he tells them, stay together. A huge goblin monster blocks their path. He screams their scream back. They dodge the goblin's strike. Ed yells to run, and the girls agree. Goblin overtakes him. Realizing its speed, the hero chases the girls. He tackles his foe, taunting him as they roll, but the monster seizes Ed's neck. Ronnie screams, unleashing fire magic. The goblin ignites, screaming. Mina and Ed marvel at its power, but fear the goblin gets up, relentlessly chasing them. Monster attacks again. He barely clings on. Rainia's strength fails. Mina screams Ed's name louder and louder. She fears death. The elf screams she won't lose, but suddenly something happens to the boy. Power surges. Ed headbutts, grabs his weapon, and attacks the goblin. That's how he slays the monster. He stares at his hands, sensing the power as a message labels him blessed. He figures Mina did it. The girls rush over to check on him, and he thanks them for the help. Mina's confused, so Ed struggles to explain and suggests they talk at home. Leaving the forest, they hear strange sounds. 3 goblins burst from thickets, terrifying the heroes. 8 years ago, monsters poured from the demon kingdom. People fled. The horde attacked Aldania, Merlia's northern city. Their troubles only began. Merlia faced political chaos. Fearing war, feudal lords refused to send armies. Surrounded by monsters with no help, their only option was to flee the city. He thought so, but 3 goblins ambushed him. He knew it was bad. Hero urges the girls to run. He'll distract the monsters. Mina resists, but he begs them not to look back. The girls protest, but he shouts he's fine. Monsters attack. Ed screams for the girls to run. They hesitate, but he charges the goblins. Someone bursts from bushes, attacks monsters. Goblins flee. The hero warns kids not to enter the forest alone, then checks for injuries. His backup arrives. He thanks Ed. Suddenly, Mina and a hero scream in recognition. It's Guido, Mina's father. He warns the kids they nearly died outside the city, but they don't get it. Mina cowers at the scream while Guido sighs. He hugs the children, admitting they terrified him. He's so sorry, but relieved they're safe. Mina apologizes, but the man shrugs it off. The archer calls them lucky. They were also tracking the goblins. Rainia wonders, hunting goblins. They explain they monitored monster activity for the Seekers Guild, ordered by the Lord. Mina asks if Dad did this. Widow confirms, then tells a story from before their birth, asking if they know the Aldania stampede. Ed reveals the escapee founded the slums, but the archer warns these monsters can level entire cities. Hero explains Lord watches them. Ed thinks, men see things are better. They pick who fights monsters, but notice one extra. Mina claims Ed can help, shocking the men. The hero admits they all fought, but the adventurers still won't believe it. The archer nods and orders the kids to stay back, but Mina is completely lost. The man fights monsters. He tells the kids these miasmas released by monsters are dangerous, hard to wash off, don't approach. Widow reveals that 8 years later, refugees still can't return because the horde's miasma is rotting Aldania. The archer tells Ed to take the magic stone carefully, warning him not to touch it barehanded. Ed realizes it's an energy source, like crystals and other magic items. The hero asks if they can take it. The man replies, they beat the goblins, it's their loot. Sell it for a nice profit, not bad for one adventure. Ed agrees. Men warn that forest slugs will eat the rest, telling the kids to head back to the city. Rania calls Ed. He begs forgiveness for inviting and endangering her, but Rania says it's fine and then surprisingly apologizes to him. She thought Ed was a weakling, but he proved his bravery by fighting the monsters. He apologizes, thanks them for protecting her. Mina shrieks as light erupts. They're back. Ed calls it a long day. Guido calls the kids, listen up. He won't endanger them, but a problem arises. He can't stop them from hunting in the forest for food. They're poor because adults avoid it, and behind these walls, monster danger is inevitable. He wants the heroes to learn self-defense. Guido has the swordsman teach the kids how to dodge knife attacks for a tasty mushroom, while Mina's father finally starts her magic training. Mom explains everything so she can help Ed and Rania in danger, but she stands shocked, doubting she can cope and still needs to study. Rania cheers her on to unleash magic too, as Ed guarantees Mina's massive talent. The elf asks, the hero confirms. Mina, trusting Ed, vows to try her best. They head to the guild. Kids ask if outsiders are allowed and the man confirms. He offers a rare chance to join. Mina accepts, but Rania spots Ed still at the entrance. He remembers the past 30 minutes. Jordan told them he wouldn't buy the magic stones. Ed asked why. The merchant revealed the man's sales reached past the city, and the boy suspected a guild connection. The swordsman entered, asking why he wasn't direct. Jordan told Wes to see off the kids, surprising him. The swordsman led everyone into the rowdy guild. Rania asks about selling magic stones here. Mina covers her nose, it smells strange. They explain it's alcohol. Rania notices Ed's unease and asks if he's worried. Ed admits the strangers scare him, recalling how they mocked his black hair and told him to stay away. He wonders what else people say, but the girl cheers him, insisting everything's fine because she's there. He reluctantly agrees, then someone approaches, asking who they are. He wonders why slum kids are here as the heroes tremble. Noticing the rarity, he asks why the hero has black hair. Rania fumbles for words, Ed hides, and Mina shields them with her body. The elf reveals the magic stone, stating they're selling it. Stunned, the adventurer asks if they're joking. West proudly confirms the kids killed the goblin. The men whisper, doubting kids younger than their own could do it. Everyone praises the heroes. They ask how. Mina explains Rania used magic. Ed a sword. Seekers gasp, a small girl wields magic. Children are so small, but they do big things. Men ask to touch them, and without waiting for consent, they reach out to the boy. A man hoists Ed onto his shoulders, declaring him a future hero for slaying monsters so young, as others cheer and toast his health. Ed apologizes, reminds him about black hair, and asks if it's weird. The adventurer asks again. He claims the hair is just rare, but in Marlia, black hair is a historical sign of evil. He must look around. He sees people, gnomes, giants, dwarves. Rujin picks people from everywhere, ignoring looks. But does the boy think hair color changes their souls? Another asks if black hair curses, how much luckier are others? Rania reassures Ed, who happily agrees. They're led to the magic stone shop and told to inquire at the second-floor counter. The man warns them to stay safe and calm, and the kids reluctantly agree. Rania's uncle terrified them. Ed agrees, then a scream. What happened? She scolds him. Procedural violations are his problem. Only angry indignation follows. He runs off crying, screaming apologies. Girl spots heroes, sternly asks what they need. They just scream. They run, begging forgiveness. She calls them to wait, asking if they made noise downstairs. He realizes Mina's an elf. She apologizes, muttering this girl's a purebred. Ed tries to get her attention. She sternly asks what's needed. This again scares the children. Hero doesn't get her connection to Mina. A man approaches, explaining elves value purebred bloodlines. Heroes ask who he is. He winks, says he sells knowledge to the guild, their appraiser. Rania recalls him from the northern elven lands. They track every bloodline, and the man claims their administrator is also a northerner. She's 70% purebred, being mixed. She's lucky to be a secretary. She asks Mina what she's selling. Ed asks if his lineage traces back to the old elves, and the appraiser confirms it. He's interested in everyone, even the black-haired boy. The hero's shocked. He hides his hair. The man reassures him he won't cause problems. He's a child of failure. He asks Ed his name. Ed answers. The man then asks his birthplace and parents' origin. The boy says he's only known the slums and his parents are too. The appraiser cuts him off, demanding the black hair's origin. He really doesn't know. Ed confirms it. The man then asks to speak. The legend of the black-haired child who brought misfortune isn't fiction, it's real history. This isn't a tale of black-haired trouble. Long ago, one black-haired person sparked a war fueled by greed, causing catastrophe. It's complicated. The administrator calls Mr. Hoplum to appraise the magic stone. He turns away, warning the boy to be careful. Even without the curse of black hair, anger hits anyone. West asks if the stone sold. Mina beams, showing off 5 silver coins. Ed ponders the words, looking at the man. The elf asks why he lagged. The boy begs forgiveness. Hoplum turns to Mikitsia, who asks what he wants. The man asks to message the Lord. The admin asks what message. Hoplum found a black-haired boy in Treya's slums. In central Troy, a servant delivers Mr. Hopham's message to Count Thomas. Thomas orders him to speak. The servant reported the man found a black-haired boy in the slums. The Lord knew the black-haired man was in the city. The girl peeked from the curtain, wondering if it was truly black hair like in a fairy tale. Treya is a fortress built to stop northern monsters, housing the castle, walls, new town, slums, lanyarda, and farmlands. Mina heals the girl instantly, and Ed realizes she's got serious talent. The girl claims she could heal anything. She told Ed to get seriously injured, wanting more healing practice. Raina noted they still collected little today. Ed saw tracks someone already gathered here. Had they heard about their expeditions and copied them? Raina suggested they were stealing their food. He said wildflowers aren't anyone's. People often don't know edible plants and pick poison. The woman told kids to follow Ed and eat mushrooms. The hero hopes Melm stays safe, but Raina insists they need more and must keep searching. Mina yelled, "Let's go." They trek through the forest, hitting a dead end. They're down and forced to retreat, but Mina spots something. The healer eyed a small rock passage. She climbed inside, hoping for treasures, but her friends tried to stop her, Ed yelling, "Nothing." Inside, she saw nothing. Rania entered and lit the room with fire as Mina thanked her. The girl warned Ed the passage was long, then urged him inside. Crawling deeper, the hero prayed he wouldn't run into monsters. The light appeared ahead. Rania found the exit. Mina hoped for something interesting. Ed feared they'd find monsters. Heroes burst from the passage. They suddenly appeared in a garden, shocked. Wild apples grew on the trees. Ed told Mina to try one and she bit in. The girls loved it. They've never seen anything like it. The fruit's super sweet. Rania moves to another bush, revealing a raspberry. Eat this too. Kids love the berries. Thanks to Ed, the hero finds treasure in what Rania calls heaven. Strange trees grow inside the rocks, forming a fruit paradise. Only kids can fit through the tiny entrance, keeping it completely untouched. It was their secret spot, all thanks to our curiosity. Mina wonders what Dorotin will pay. Rania said fruit sales dropped since Aldanio's destruction, so they must be expensive. These fruits are overripe and won't sell, so the hero won't waste his energy. An idea struck him. Their mother greeted them home, surprised she was there. Rania asked why she came. Melon's busy at the hospital, so she's filling in. She thanked Ed and Mina for escorting Rania and sharing mushrooms. Mom said they found good things today too. Ed saw his basket. They'd pick tons of fruit, make jam before it spoils. Mina didn't recognize the jam, so the boy explained boiling kills bacteria to stop rot. Sugar was essential, or it wouldn't work. She said honey replaces sugar, sell it nearby. She used to collect it yearly, selling wholesale to other cities. Rania's mom surprised her by making jam, a skill from Aldania. Ed, a total beginner, needed her help and she agreed. Boy thanked her, heading to Dordan for honey. Mom reminded them, grab the jam container. They bought the honey, picked fruit, and headed home with full baskets. Jars sterilized on fire, children peeled apples, sweet jam aroma filled the air, and they waited impatiently. He offered them a taste. It tasted sweet, and the kids knew it would sell out fast. Arden admits he buys their jam. It vanished since Aldania's destruction. Many people want to buy it. The man wants more sales, but they're out. Ed explains no apples until next year. Then the man pays, deducting containers and honey. Mina's felt it was strange. Rania figured it was because honey wasn't expensive. The man just smiled. Gold coins filled the bag. Ed had no clue what to do with the cash. Ellen Ronnie's mother said that money buys many beans. Mina questions how they'll eat so much as Rania gives Mom the coin, urging her to use it wisely. The woman refused, proud of them. They earned this money. They take what they want and spend it on whatever they desire. If they're unsure, she advises them, no rush to decide, just be aware. Slums offer nothing good, the hero won't spend his gold. Rania replied she wants too much, that's her problem. Low on funds, they must choose wisely. Ed considers investing in this world as Rania asks Mina what she wants. She craved a tasty meal, and eating out is the best way to recharge. Mina noticed since Ed started finding food, they always ate well. She's dying to feast with them, and Rainia's hero agrees. Someone asked if they really wanted to spend the money. Ed insisted they needed safety for their journey, calling it an investment in themselves. He bought a backpack, sword, and boots. Girls bought leather armor, a black mage's staff, and a short, light one. Ronnie's mom loved the look, and a man called them pro-adventurers, making the kids blush. Kids set off on adventures today, ready to say goodbye to loved ones. Someone made them wait. Girl stared at Ed, asking if he was the black-haired boy. He's shocked he's here. The girl gaped at a black-haired boy here. She quoted people merging fear and strength to banish the hated child, adding black-haired people bring trouble. She thought he was bullied for saying that. His fear made heroes stare bewildered. He thought she'd blame him, but she wasn't falling for those stories. Many theories explain the superstition born from evil rumors about black-haired people. She heard the story, nothing's funnier than falling for such a tale. Ed asked why she called. She had to know about his black hair. He asked for Doradin's store. She's from the second Bauer family, rulers of Merlia's northwest and the capital, Tria. The house includes Countess Katie, Earl Thomas, and daughters Marie Lou and Alina. Days ago at breakfast, the Count said apple jam's rare. He questioned the butler, who revealed it came from the city's Doradin shop. The Countess recognized the place. She'd recently bought delicious herbal tea there. Marie Lou and Alina didn't get this soft, personal feeling. Dad watched them try jam for the first time. The second daughter arrived after Eldania fell. He hadn't seen him in 8 years. Katie loved the delicious jam, spreading it on bread and taking a bite. Sisters loved every second. They scolded their father for hiding this taste. Mina knew the way and invited her along. Alina introduced herself as a newcomer, and the healer shared her name. Ed noticed townspeople staring intently or just at Eli. Residents discussed the Count's daughter. Rainia said Alina's clothes look stunning. She looks like a princess. Mina twirled, saying she had new clothes. Ed said despite being used, it suited her. Eli found it cute, wonderful, and perfect for Mina. He proved her words. The Count's daughter confirmed it. The healer rushed ahead. Rainia called her a pure soul, and Ed agreed. Heroes hit the shop. Alina swaggered in. He heard this shop has apple jam. She wants it. The owner summoned Ed. Why were the heroes with her? He explained she just asked directions to his store, then asked if he knew her. He couldn't understand why she was there as she turned to him. Doradin has jam, but it's sold out because it's so popular. Eli couldn't eat it anymore. Mina asked, still want the jam. They have it at home. Ed said 2 or 3 cans were left they could share. Heading home for jam, Doradin recognized the Count's daughter, prompting his wife to urge reporting it to the castle. Alina thanked them, stunned they owned such a rare, expensive item. These guys were filthy rich. Entering the slums, she instantly regretted her words. He asked what happened. Mina said Lanirda. Eli knew the slums existed, but the reality still stunned her. Someone said they must be stricter with Lanyarda or it harms Treya's finances. Refugees keep coming, but mercy runs out. Slums devour a healthy city. Count sighed, it's a problem. Local kids noticed Alina, captivated by her beauty. Kids swarmed her, but Ed and Minnie blocked them as the healer claimed her client. Recognizing her as their client, they backed off. Eli understood the slums situation, but not why Mina brought her there. She thinks it's just a road leading to a mansion. Mina reports their arrival. The accountant's daughter saw the house and realized her mistake. She couldn't believe they lived in this hovel. Mina told her mom they were home. Mel noted they'd never brought anyone from the city. The woman warned the girl the slums were filthy compared to the city, but Eli found it cleaner than expected. She saw the hospital sign and doubted they could treat anyone. The woman admitted business was failing, even with the wounded filling the halls. Shouldn't care be free? Eli's shocked by free medicine. Melon says everyone deserves health. He stepped inside and Mina grabbed the jam. Eli stared. She found it, but expensive jam in the slums. Ed explained they made it. Alina asked if they did it alone. The heroes grinned and confirmed it. Scaling the roof, he claimed the slums were empty, so they scoured the forest instead. They fought a dangerous goblin. Ronnie feared death. Count's daughter, their age, finds their actions surprising. Ed said they came for tea herbs. Mina said the jam introduced her to Eli. Lanar hated herbal tea, but she loved this one's delicate taste. She asked to take their hard-earned jam. Agreed. Mina focused on approaching soldiers. Knights confront Alina. Rainia and Ed looked confused. Eli announced she was found, then stood, declaring these people her friends. She's here willingly with them and will tolerate their rudeness. Mina called, apologized for not telling her, but she was Alina's second Bauer, Count Tria's daughter. She'll likely rule the city, the heroes gasped. Eli said today was great, thanking the guys. She's ashamed she told them nothing, but she saw the slums firsthand. Even in Lanyard, condemned by city dwellers, good people like them exist. She must meet them again, their light will trail Lanyard them. The hero couldn't grasp her vision for the slums. Harris hands out the daily rations, telling the kids to stay calm. Everyone gets an equal share, no matter their age. He asked someone to deliver to Zell. The boy refused, he wasn't working. Harris replied he had a fever, they had to help. The children said goodbye. Back home, the boy told his grandma he bought some beans. His grandmother fell ill. Mel Medical Center, the only clinic in the slums. With doctors scarce, it belongs in a rich area, but the Elvin family running it won't leave. Ellen and Mina heal Harris' grandmother. Boy asks about grandma's condition. She answers she fell slightly walking home, wishing she never drooled, then thanks Dr. Mellon for coming. The bone was healing, but grandma needed a full week of rest. She was stunned it'd take that long. The old lady, immobile, can't function without food. Harris vowed to fix it. Ed waited outside. He saw the family's house and utensils were in a deplorable state. Ellie's words on La Nirda, the city's last place, echoed. She wanted change, but how could such poverty ever vanish? Mina left the house, declaring them finished. Harris tailed them. Boy asks why the hero's here. Did he just come to show off his new things? Ed tried to help him, but he told him to shut up. He refuses the handout. He told the guy to buy something useful with his money. The woman asks for the pure bread, but Rania explains she's representing the absent Mina. Girl says no one's rushing, but the woman notes this isn't new. They know robbers infiltrated Tria. Sent to raid the south with vicious cunning, adventurers keep watch in 3 shifts. The elf heard they snatch city kids for bait. She assured pure-blooded elves won't be swayed, but he warned her, kids fall for their tales. Rania warned Ed and Mina about this, urging Mina to be careful. She assured them it'd be fine. The heroes pounced, demanding she get serious, but her answer wasn't enough. Rania spotted Mina's arrogance as the hero eyed the robbers. The boy keeps thinking about Harris' words on his own money. Mina searched Harris' house, but he was gone. Bonnie doubts her friend needs Harris. He shared his theories. The girls were shocked Harris joined a criminal group. Ed wouldn't confirm anything, especially now. Rania started to ask about money, but Mina cut them off, insisting they stop him. They need to find Harris fast. Heroes split. Ed hit the city, Mina scoured the slums, Rania checked the rundown store. They scoured the city all day. He lost him, but the gatekeeper saw him enter town. He asked about the kids. Rania answered she saw them hiding but couldn't follow. Suspicious. Suddenly Mina heard a sound. Hearing Harris's name, she bolted toward the voices. She recognized Child's voice. They bolted into the alley. Kids plan a mansion robbery for tonight. Heroes rush to stop it. Ed called Harris, who sent his friends away, staying behind. The boy asked what he wanted. Protagonist needs cash, but if he plans trouble, he must quit. Harris insisted they misunderstood him. Ed yelled at his stupidity, but Mina overheard their robbery plans. Ed stepped in to challenge him, telling Rania to run as he grabbed the boy. Harris snatched the girls, punched Ed, and refused to let go, tossing one at the hero to stop him. Harris wonders why the hero's pestering him, a black-haired boy who only brings misfortune. He snatched his sword. The boy laughs at the hero's challenge. He warns him to leave, but he won't back down. He needs the cash and has no choice. Ed threw his sword, then charged. He slapped Harris, warning him not to say that. He doesn't bring bad luck. The boys clashed, and Rania and Minu were helpless to stop them. Harris's friends returned, called away, as a crowd approached the children. For helping catch the criminal, the man rewarded Harris and his friends with a money bag. The boy spotted a creep luring kids into the slums, baited him, and called the soldiers. She wondered the hero's next move. Mina's relieved they didn't screw up. Ed apologized, and Harris explained why he kicked him out. Did he really think the kid was a thief? Ed agreed. Harris fumed. The soldier reassured them, admitting he'd feel the same, urging cooperation, but Harris doubted it. Harris split the money, giving his friends their equal daily cut. He told them to weed the beds and meet tomorrow morning. Rania's shocked the hero taught Harris chores. Can he really be trusted? He suggests sustainable farming over a single harvest, but knows it's impossible without labor. The kids love him. He's a better leader than Ed. Harris catches the MC staring and asks why. He refused to thank him, but the hero called it a fair trade. He remembers Alina cheating on Lanyard, wondering what happens next. Mina noticed Harris called the hero Ed, not black-haired. Their relationship changed. Mina blesses Ed, urging him to give it his all. The hero charges a horned rabbit. He swings his sword, but misses as the rabbit keeps running. Fire blasted the beast. Rania complained he was too slow for the setting sun. She urged him forward, and soon they reached the eastern mountain for a guild quest. Near Tria lie the Elder River Road, Watch Mountain, and Hell Mountains. Watch Mountain, a small peak northeast of Tria, holds a tower where Tria's knights permanently reside. The heroes struggle up Knight's Mountain Tower. Two men meet them, surprised their support is just kids, but they still thank them for the help. Beast asked why he was there. He said he was showing the last catch spot and he's usually a knight. The man offered the children food after their journey. They eagerly agreed. They ate fried rabbit. Ed thanked them for the skinning lesson, now able to do it himself. Mina frowned. Rainia asked what happened. Mina hated meat. She hates the tough, bland food, and her friends realize she's talking about the dried meat from home. Ed offered her fresh meat, but when she teased him, he shoved a piece into her mouth. She devoured the soft, juicy meat. She devoured it. Rainier questioned Mr. Beast about the building next to the hut. Comrades decided it was time to explain. The road leads beyond these mountains to Aldania, Rainia's parents' city. The children spotted smoke on the mountains. Ed knew it was a signal fire. A similar hut down the road sends smoke signals. White smoke means no monsters. The Count gets these updates after days of riding. Mina called it cool. Ed and Ronnie shifted focus. On another mountain, different colored smoke billowed. Days later at Tria, citizens throw open the gates as the caravan returns to Aldania. People meet relatives, hug, and talk about how much they missed each other. Rainia rushed to her father. She rushed into their arms. Her father said she'd grown, looked great. The smoke signaled the caravan's return, and Nina saw Rainia beaming. Evening, people drank, grateful for restoring Aldania as Mina served him, urging everyone to eat her cooked rabbit. Rainia treated her family with spices she secured, and her father joked she's finally marriage material. He asked Ed to marry Rainia, but she screamed at her father to stop. Mina, blushing, grabbed his shirt. He didn't understand why. Two kids approached Ronnie's dad, asking about Aldania. Rainia asked if this was a city no one wanted. Mina backed the kids. Everyone crowded the table. The man knew what they wanted. Beautiful city by a lake ringed by mountains, but a monster horde invaded. The city evacuated. Demonic miasma rotted land, trees, soil. Refugees founded Lonerda, but the man refused to give up his city. Team spotted contaminated soil, freed creatures from miasma with purification magic. It began as a brutal survival camp, then it expanded. The East Coast fully recovered, but the unlivable city remains a relic. People rejoice, finally returning home to Aldania. He tells them to calm down, it's only a small part. The girl says the rebuild will finish, letting the grandma show her grandkids her hometown. Harris jokes she'll be bored living that long. Mina saw everyone happy. Guido wiped tears, claiming happiness, but Mina saw them welling up. The elf simply said, tears of joy. It never saw Lanirda's people so happy. Doradin isn't celebrating. Even a rebuild takes serious cash just to break even. Mina offered a coin, claiming they had money. Ed scoffed, not enough. Rania's father warns that Linear's economy can't fund this endless reconstruction. Aldenia's restoration is halfway. Lanirda can't hold, they'll all go down together. Guido asks for help, but Doradin says they're on their own. The man sent Guido to the original source. He looked away, claiming he couldn't help, powerless now. The seller feels trapped. Suddenly someone shouts, demanding calm. It asked why they were all so depressed when they were grown adults. He screams that everyone's counting on them, they're the final hope. He suggests turning hope into strength. Rainia said if they needed money, they'd all work hard. Mina supported her, vowing to also work hard making tea and jam. Rainia's dad was stunned she made jam. Heroes brought adults to their apple spot. The man didn't know they grew wild. Mina told him she found it treasure hunting. Rania says Aldenia was once a massive fruit-growing city where her father owned a farm. He'd dream of a plantation revival seeing this. Maybe these orchards save Lanirda's economy. He dismissed the idea, no land for orchards. They needed a suitable environment, and this spot wasn't enough. An idea struck the hero, and the confused group followed. He says there's no other way out. All land belongs to the Count, so they must talk to him. Leaner shouted they're building a school. Mina mimicked her. She faced her comrades, asking about school. Rainia snapped at her to stop faking, forcing Guido to apologize for her. Every morning at Trolley, the priest teaches reading, math, and morals to the faithful's kids at La Folly Church. Eli came to talk to the Lord and apologized for making heroes wait. She scolded them for invading the castle. Anyone else she'd consider criminals. They agree to the land deal, but there's a catch. The harvest must sell in Tria first, so the business thrives even after Aldania is restored. Every year they make and sell her jam. Mina noticed Eli loved jam. The hero called this the decisive reason. The girl announces her father's last condition: building a school in Lanyard. He said farming alone can't raise living standards. Alina and her father knew education helped the city. History proves it. If a girl uses public money for a school in slum, citizens will backlash. Why fund strangers? Gardening is a massive opportunity. It could erase the slum's reputation, but first we test their resolve. He ponders the school's conditional build. Ed wants a school. Slum kids can't read or write, and those who can are barely literate. Mina, for example, heard her name. She counted 1, 2, 3 many. The hero warns they need defense against recent robber riots. Jordan stops him, agreeing to build the school. He needs more people. Who can he trust as a teacher? Guido raised his hand, volunteering to be that person. Mina said he failed as a father. He realized his daughter didn't trust him much. He once dreamed of being a scientist, not just swinging a sword. He'll teach, so they build classrooms. Catching the Lord's eye is a grind while Guido recruits the kids. Top contenders: Ed, Mina, and Ronia. The man was surprised only 3 came to class. The Lord wouldn't acknowledge their school, so they needed more recruits. The kids rushed to find them. They shouted that school had started, and the kids' lessons began. Some knew school, others shunned studying, and some only chased money. Mina said they can't involve other kids. Rani is lost. Someone faced the heroes. It was Harris in Mellon Hospital, a painful sight. He shouted, asking if the kids were happy with their earnings. He explained school leads to wealth, so they decide to pick T. They must study or Ed takes everything. Harris goes to school and asks what the kids will do. One declared he'd go if Harris did. The other agreed. Ed thanked his friend, but he insisted he only did it for Leonardus. Guido greeted all. They started the alphabet to read the store. He told children to read letters on the board. They read so well, the man cried. Mina saw this, assuming her father disliked working there, but he denied everything. He saw a boy clutching his stomach and asked what happened. He was starving, and the kids' stomachs growled in response. The man froze. Doran and his wife arrived carrying something. Kids asked what it was. He replied it was a school lunch. Ed asked why. He said he'd help him and his family. They treat them, hoping for future clients, and feed them while they learn. The boy sat by the house, stomach growling, when Rania offered her hand, inviting him along, saying school meant food. Leonard stepped up. Math, magic, and farming are huge hits, and enrollment is skyrocketing. Bell rings. Guido announces classes. Eli spots a bell on the roof, making it look like a school. Ed explains the kids built it themselves as a reminder. Alina liked the idea. Al then seemed to hear a rumor, so he had to see it himself. They wanted a real school excursion, and soon, kids arrived somewhere new. Their hard work paid off as they finally reached Lanyard's farm. Guido reveals their families work here, urging them to say hello. Rania and her father welcomed the group as Ed marveled at the massive trees. This instant forest was grown by former Eldon Farm magicians who came to help. Thanks to them, sales began. They let children try their hard work. They're led to Aldania surviving seedlings, and the fruit looks delicious. Kids loved every sweet, delicious bite. Heading home, Ed ate an apple, talking about school and farm going well. Elle runs out, warns him something strange. Coins piled on the table, payment for unpaid medical services. As farm income started, everyone brought her their money. What to do with such a sum? She wanted them back. Mina doesn't get why her mother sees it as a problem. Money shows gratitude, and she'd love to have it. Their mom's work always made them happy. Parents patted their daughter's head, saying the money was Lanyard's gratitude. Guido urged them to spend the money wisely for everyone's sake. Ed proposes his idea to benefit all hospital visitors.